Hey guys, and welcome to Wrestling Days on this Super Bowl Sunday. So I don't know much about football, but rather than going on forums and having a look seeing what the bookies are saying, instead I thought I would let wrestling tell me which team it is that I should be supporting tonight. So what I did was I had a look at the two teams that have got through to the final. So that's the Carolina Panthers and the Denver Broncos. And then what I did was I had a look to see what wrestlers were from those areas. So I've managed to find a wrestler to represent each team. So what we'll do is I'll have a look at that wrestler's career, and then we'll decide who picks up the victory. It's worth noting actually that there's quite a few wrestlers that are being billed from these places that don't actually come from these areas. So Bobby Lashley is billed as being from Denver when in actual fact he's from Kansas. Eve Torres is billed from being from Denver when in actual fact she's from Boston. And then from a Charlotte point of view, we've got Ricky Steamboat. His son Richie Steamboat's from Charlotte, but Ricky's actually from New York. And then probably the most famous wrestler of all time, the Nature Boy Ric Flair. He's actually from Memphis, Tennessee, not from North Carolina. There's an argument I still could have gone with Flair. He is so tied to that area, but I've kept it as strict as I could, and I've just gone with two guys that were born and bred from these areas. So, representing Denver, Too Cold Scorpio. Now, Too Cold Scorpio isn't a massive name, but he still has a fantastic list of accomplishments. I can tell you that from Pro Wrestling Illustrated, he is ranked the 201st greatest wrestler of all time, which might come as a surprise to a few of you. So, Too Cold Scorpio, probably best known for his hardcore work. He was in ECW and he was a tag team champion, his partner being the Sandman. He was also a 4-time ECW TV champion and is in the Hardcore Hall of Fame. As well as that, he was in WCW and he was also a tag team champion with WCW, his partner there being Marcus Bagwell. And also he was an ASWA heavyweight champion. So if you've not heard of Too Cold Scorpio, he is certainly a big name within the industry. But who's he up against? Who is going to represent Charlotte? I could have gone with Charlotte, but I didn't want to do that. She's only just in her first Divas title reign, and even though she's named after the place of her birth, it didn't feel right to go with her. Plus there were other options, and so I've actually gone with Junkyard Dog. Now the Junkyard Dog's one of the biggest names in wrestling, certainly in the 80s. And you have to remember that when Junkyard was competing, he was still very much in the territories. He did compete in the WWF, and he had matches at WrestleMania. But his accomplishments focused more on Mid-South than Stampede Wrestling. As I say, it was very much the territory days. So Junkyard Dog is an 8-time Mid-South Tag Team Champion. He's also a 4-time Mid-South Heavyweight Champion. He picked up the award for Most Inspirational Wrestler in 1980. He was in WCW and he was a 6-man Tag Team Champion. He's a 2-time Stampede Heavyweight Champion. Slammy Award winner from 1986, ranked 51st on the Pro Wrestling Illustrated list of all-time greatest wrestlers. And I suppose the big one in 2004 was inducted into the WWF Hall of Fame. There's no contest for me with this one. Junkyard Dog picks up the victory, probably with a few headbutts and a front face slam to finish it all off. As normally the Dog would do. So that then means that my prediction is that the Panthers are going to win tonight, but that doesn't mean it's going to be the Panthers that I'll be supporting. Instead, I'll be supporting the Denver Broncos. I always go for the underdog. That's one of the reasons why Daniel Bryan was as successful as what he was. So come on, Broncos. So thanks a lot for watching. I hope whatever team you support tonight does you proud. I'll be back in the Broncos. and I'll have another video again for you tomorrow. Don't forget, you can follow me on Twitter at Wrestling Days UK, and as always, enjoy the match tonight, and I'll see you again next time.